In previous videos on this channel, I've talked about the effects drugs have on our communities, on our cities, and the nation as a whole. I also explored how drug abuse became a global issue, delving into its origins, timeline, and spread. My focus now is on tackling the growing dangers of substance abuse by providing solutions to the challenges faced by those most affected, particularly people in struggling communities. In this video, I'll share some diet and nutrition tips that have helped me stay on track in my recovery. I'll also post links to websites in the comments section where you'll find more information on dieting and exercising during recovery. During my years of heroin use, I rarely experienced a problem with eating regularly. As long as I was consuming the drug, my appetite remained consistent. My diet was not great, but I maintained a reasonable appetite. Only when I hadn't consumed a sufficient amount did I neglect eating. And this was because my system had become accustomed to operating with the drug in it. Every function of my body became dependent on that drug. And later I realized that not only was the heroin harming my mind, but the chemicals used to cut the drugs were gradually destroying my digestive system. And since opioids dull pain receptors in the body, I had no clue this was happening. Now, during periods of withdrawal, I felt pain due to the lining of my stomach having been slowly eaten away. That pain also curbed my appetite to the point where eating became less desirable and only possible after I had taken the drug. And once I began using both crack and heroin, my appetite for food was almost non existent. At the substance abuse treatment facility I attended, they didn't include healthy eating habits as a means to support recovery from substances. This was something I researched on my own during and after my time there. Now, what I learned is that nutrition plays a surprisingly powerful role in recovery from substance abuse. It's not just about eating well, it's about rebuilding the body and stabilizing the mind. So, how does nutrition help with recovery? Physically, good nutrition helps repair organs often damaged due to substance abuse. Organs like the liver, pancreas, and the gastrointestinal tract. It also plays a role in replenishing deficiencies of the necessary vitamins that alleviate fatigue, dizziness, and other symptoms. Healthy eating also supports nutrient absorption and immune function in the gut, which are often compromised during addiction. Now, mentally, a balanced diet improves focus and memory, which are often impaired during addiction and during the early recovery process. Stable blood sugar levels from complex carbs and protein can reduce mental cravings and impulsivity. Now, as a former substance user, the road to recovery was long and winding for me. But amidst an array of challenges, both mental and physical, recovering drug users need to rid their bodies of varying degrees of substances and toxins, often through vigorous programs. Sometimes they even need to shut themselves out from their lives and loved ones while they recover in an unfamiliar setting. What is much less publicized for those in recovery is the need for nutrition and the development of a healthy eating regimen, an often overlooked yet critical step in the process. There's a link in the comments section to a website for more information on diet and nutrition during recovery. During my years as a substance abuser, the only exercising I did was of the intimacy kind. And until I sold it, riding my bike to buy drugs. Now, this subject of exercising as a way to assist in recovery was mildly touched on at the facility where I was being treated. We walked around the center twice a day. Again, this is something I had to research on my own. It wasn't until a while after I had left the treatment program that I discovered the importance exercising plays in recovery. Substance abuse programs are basically designed to rid the body of substances that cause addiction and help lay the foundation for continued recovery. Afterwards, it's up to the individual to continue the recovery process. Real transformation happens in the long arc of recovery where the individual learns to rebuild their life, often from the inside out. By the time my body began to function normally, I had been substance free for about 16 months and I had started working 5 days a week. And this was in, I think, 2012. My off days were mainly spent relaxing or socializing. I viewed the physicality of my job as a form of exercising, but all I was really doing was just keeping my body active. Even when I began to slowly gain weight, I never considered actual physical exercise. It wasn't until about 6 months after I was forced to retire, which was in 2022, that I began to notice the accelerated weight gain and the lack of energy. Mentally, I was continuing with the recovery process, but the lack of endurance bothered me. I began to lack the motivation to begin another chapter in my life, which meant, some of the things I'm doing now. I wanted to be a writer, but my drive to do so had diminished. During prayer one morning, it was revealed to me that mental health and physical health are connected, meaning one promotes the other. And once I made that connection, I began to take my physical health more seriously. I did not want to be the person who fought to overcome substance abuse and then die from poor health. What I discovered was that exercise isn't just the sidekick in recovery, it's a full fledged ally. It helps recalibrate the brain, rebuild the body, and restore a sense of purpose. It activates the reward system like substances do by stimulating dopamine and serotonin release, helping to restore pleasure pathways damaged by addiction. Exercising resets brain chemistry, improves cognitive function, curbs cravings, provides structure in your lifestyle, and builds resilience. It also repairs the cardiovascular system, the muscular system, and metabolic damage caused by substance abuse, and it raises energy levels. There's a link in the comment section to a website for more information on exercising and addiction recovery. If you or someone you know is struggling with substance abuse or abuse of any kind, please seek help before it is too late. If you like, I can make some referrals on your behalf. My contact information is included in this video. If anyone has suggestions, comments, or questions, please contact me. Also, books are still on sale and the purchasing information is included in the flyer. If you like a signed copy, please email me to make mailing arrangements. Please don't forget to like and share. If not the channel, at least the information in the video. Start your own discussion. I appreciate all who have subscribed and followed this channel. In the next video, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the connection between mental health disorders and substance misuse. So thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.